I am honored to be speaking to an award-winning director, and not just a star of the film, but co-writer. Did you know outright that you were, Hedy, going to be writing and starring in the film? Like, did you know outright that you want to act in the script that was based partially on your life?
Uh, you know, I began this journey a long time ago. Like I wrote the outline, the original draft. Tried to, before I met Hisonni, I was trying to get this project together, and it's hard. It's a very tough journey,
Sure.
and the stress of that. Sometimes I told Hisonni, so Lauren introduced me. Lauren, who plays the older brother, Saren, in the movie, he introduced me to Hisonni because he saw me give up. Because I told Lauren, if this is not going to be made right, but with the right people, I'd rather just not do it. Let's just shelf it, but Lauren gave me a lead, and the lead was Hisonni, and I met with Hisonni, and he was just been such a great collaborator, a strong captain of the ship. But even then, the pressure, I told Hisonni, I was like, as we were casting for other characters, I was like, let's cast for Tara also, because if we can find somebody better than me, I'd rather give my, this concept a fighting chance, and also I was under a lot of stress, what I'm saying? I didn't know if I could carry it.
I was about to call her out right in front of you. Like,
go ahead.
Be real about it.
But he knew I was scared. I've never acted in a feature film, like, of course, ideally, like,
right.
In your daydream, you're like, yeah, I'm gonna write. I wrote this movie, and and I brought it to Hisonni, and he made it even better. I'm gonna do it. But in real life, all the emotional stress and stuff, it does not work out like that sometimes.
Yeah. Now, this question goes to Hisonni. How long was it from knowing you were going to direct the film to now? Like, in other words, what's the lead time and what's the lag on that? Because some of the people I'm interviewing these days go, we finished this movie in 2017.
Wow. It was 4 years, I think, right, Hedy?
We started principal production in the summer of 2018, and I met you a year before that. So we were already rewriting the script, I think, in 2017.
Yep. Mm-hmm. About 4 years. It was a year. I took a year to just write and pre-pro the film. The writing process was just essentially me reading Hedy's first draft a lot, which was beautiful. Her first draft was wonderful, but it felt very almost docudrama, and she wasn't the main character. And the main reason I signed on to the project is because I knew I could make a film about Hedy's personality. Like, it's her special blend of attributes that makes her interesting. And I was like, I can write that character and everyone's going to want to watch her, even if she's just playing checkers against herself for like 90 minutes, it'll be fine. And that's why when she even considered not playing the role, I was like, what? And it was funny because during the casting process, we had a couple actresses who, instead of reading for the role of the cousin, they would just take it upon themselves to read the role of Tara. Mm-hmm. And that just reiterated that I had to do it with her, because there was a lot of girls throwing on caps, and like they were like early 2000s MTV hood, like MTV music video hood, like and it wasn't it didn't feel authentic. And I was like, oh my God, I'm glad I have Hedy, because this really wouldn't work with anybody else.
If I can cut you off there about the MTV hood look, the poster, it looks like Hedy and the characters dressed like Gwen Stefani in that Eve music video. Like, that's kind of the look, but in a good way, in a complimentary kind of fashion way.
Oh, thank you. We've also gotten, people also said I look like a GTA character, Grand Theft Auto, the popular game. And like, oh, you look like Grand Theft Auto. I'm like, oh, okay.
Awesome compliment. That is awesome.
Yes, awesome compliment.
Yeah, so it's a very intense film, but people who read up on you, Hedy, know that you've done some comedic stuff in the past. It's not serious all the time, but this is such a serious kind of role. When you're doing something like this, do you have to be living a totally serious life all the time for the shoot? Or can you turn it off the second that they say cut, or 30 seconds after they say cut?
I guess, I wasn't really going through good times in my life. It was unhappy times. Yes, I've done, I have friends in LA where they do funny skits, and sometimes they invite me to do it and I do it, but I was going through tough times, in my life. I made mistakes, unfortunately I've gotten in trouble too. And so for me, it was just, I had so much anger and pain back in the day that it was very, it wasn't a way easy for me to channel that, because that was all I had for a while.
Okay, but the second that they say cut, are you serious the whole day, or can you turn off a couple minutes later?
Man, I joke all the time, and with the cast and crew like Hisonni, like they do their funny accents on set. The guy who played my brother, Lauren, he's a clown. Like, he loves joking. Of course I'm laughing. Yeah, like I can be very serious for my scene. And, sometimes I have to stay in a certain moment because I'm trying to think about Hisonni's directions to me.
Yeah.
And what more I could bring into, what more nuances. But once the job is done, I'm chilling. I'm trying to enjoy life. Okay.
Well, that's a testament to great acting and great direction. So Hisonni, now having watched the film back a ton of times, like any director that has to go through screenings, do you see anything in there? And you don't have to say what it is, but do you see things where you go, man, I wish we hadn't done that? Or are you just happy?
When it comes to the creative choices, I'm really happy. Essentially, I worked all that out. We worked all of that out while we were making the film. With an independent film, very, very low budget, there's a lot of concessions you have to make. But I use that word lightly because our concessions were more like, okay, we can't do that. How do we immediately make this better? And then every crew member would put their heads together to make it better. And it got better. Like, we almost were like, I can't even believe we almost did it the way it was written, because this is so much better. So we learned to see every obstacle as the universe enforcing a much better rewrite.
Cool. Well, movie is done, years in the making. Can I ask you both what else you have coming up? Some people in LA are going to go, oh, no, big stuff happening, can't say it. I signed an NDA, wait and see. But other people want to promote what they got going on. So Hedy first, what's going on there for the future?
I'm developing the script that I helped my friend write. It's called My Boo, and it's a supernatural thriller. And we're just developing it, just making it just more, just more fun and just more into the fantasy. And then this weekend, I'm driving to Vegas to help Hisonni with his short film called Blunt. Go ahead, Hisonni. That's your baby.
I am working on a short film right now called Blunt, and it is a story of an interracial lesbian couple who find a clever way to use weed to ease the racial tension between themselves and their parents. And following weekend, I'm shooting a short film called Novenario. And Novenario is a 8-day celebration of a loved one passing on. And it's the story of a young Latino man who is stuck in a house with his family for 8 days, but has been so detached from his own culture that he feels like he doesn't fit in. He doesn't even speak Spanish. This is a part of an anthology of short films. I and my partner Alberto Triana and my producer MJ Del Rosario and my producer Hedy Wong and my producer Caslin Rose are all putting together to essentially highlight coming of age moments for members of underrepresented communities. And got a couple feature films coming in the future, and I hope to be back here with you once those are done.
Wow, smart people doing smart stuff. So now I have to ask a dumb question, and this will be my last question, so you all can end your wonderful press day. And that question is, what show should we be watching on TV if we need a new show to start? And we'll take it to Hedy first.
Oh, you're like, what show? So you're saying what show I recommend to people?
Yeah, because other than watching Takeout Girl, which is not a show, my wife and I have just been devouring show after show after show. And then you go, what's next? And we're finally on to Schitt's Creek now, which we're the last people on earth to watch. What should we be watching? Okay,
I'm kind of late to the party, but over the pandemic lockdown, I finished Outlander and I loved it. With James Fraser.
Yeah.
I got a couple for you. Number one is Atlanta. If you haven't seen Atlanta, watch Atlanta.
Show.
The Teddy Perkins episode is awesome. And then my favorite episode is The Woods.
Yeah.
I would watch all the seasons of Warrior on HBO Max right now. It just
Warrior.
it just got renewed. I would watch Bad Girls on Netflix, which is have you heard of it? It's incredible.
There's Good Girls, there's Bad
Good
Girls, there's
I
Pretty
think it's
Little
Good Girls.
Liars. There's a lot
It's
of
Good
shows.
Girls. My bad.
Good
Good
Girls,
Girls.
yeah.
Good Girls. My bad. I'm over here coming up
Yeah,
with
Good
new
Girls
shows.
is a good show. Yeah.
I love Good Girls, and then of course just Euphoria. Euphoria required watching.
Yeah, Hisonni put me on to Warriors, and yeah, that is another recommendation I have too.
Well, the key is I'm thankful for your time here. If this movie has not won like 5 more awards in the next 6 months, I'll be shocked. So congratulations and keep it up.
Thank you so much, Darren.
Appreciate you, sir.
You got it. Take care.
Take care.
Paltrocast.